did you know that with $10,000 you can hold about $25,000 worth of assets? Now, this is a money glitch I'm about to explain to you and how this works. This means with $1,000 you can hold about $2,500 worth in assets, or with $10,000 you can hold about $25,000 worth in assets, and everything is done in a decentralized wallet, in a decentralized manner. Now, let me explain this to you. Have you heard of borrowing and lending in crypto? Now, if you actually participated in most of the airdrop videos I made some months or a year back, then you should know how to borrow, how to lend, and it doesn't cost anything. It costs very little. Now, there are a lot of platforms right there that actually offer borrowing and lending in crypto. Like in Camino, you can borrow and lend. Okay, then in other platforms, there are so many. Now, I'm going to use Camino as an instance.
Okay, so here is Camino. Now, Camino is one of the biggest and one of the largest lending, borrowing and lending platform on Solana. Okay, now Ethereum has their own, Camino has its own. So this is Ethereum has their own. This is Solana. Other chain has their own too. So now let's dive right in. Now, if you go to market. Now, when you get to Camino, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to connect your wallet. So I'm going to click on connect right here. You can see there are wide ranges of wallet that you can actually connect right here. So we'll have the Phantom wallet, and you get it, so many others. Now I'm going to connect my Phantom wallet right here by click. Now my Phantom wallet is actually connected right there. So here is my Solana address right there. So here is the market size for borrowing and lending on this Camino. Is about 4 billion, over $4 billion market size. So now there are, when you click on market, you see that there are a lot of assets that are actually listed right here that you can actually hold. Let's say you want to hold any one of these assets. We have XBTC, CBTC, we have Jupiter, we have Camino itself, we have 𝗓. So now you see that there are so many. Now this includes, you could even see Pengu right here, you could see 𝗦𝗚𝗡 here, you could see 𝗕𝗏𝗡 right here. So there are wide ranges of assets. So let's say we want to buy Pengu. Now let's say we bought Pengu, want to buy Pengu for $10,000. Now, I'm going to show you, even though I mentioned initially that with $10,000, you can hold about $25,000 worth of asset. Now, I'm going to show you that with $10,000, you can hold more than we can hold at least about $30,000 worth of asset. So now here's how it works. So now, when you have Pengu, $10,000 worth of Pengu on your wallet, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the borrow section. Now you're going to go to the borrow section, and just like where we are right here now, we are at the market section right here now. Now what you're going to do is, you see, beside every asset there is borrow. You can see borrow, you can see borrow. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to supply. You're going to supply. So you're going to supply, and you supply by supplying all the 10,000 worth of Pengu that we have. So after supplying, now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to click on borrow. Now supplying $10,000 worth of Pengu will give you access to borrow about, you can borrow as much as 8,000. We are going to stop at as much as 9,000, but let's stop at 8,000 to give a healthy account. Now there's what they call account health. So now a healthy account enables this particular your account to run for a very long time. See, low risks, the risks will actually be shown to you. Now what we are borrowing now, we are borrowing USDT. So when you borrow USDT, now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to use the USDT to buy any other asset that you may like to hold. So remember, we bought we are already holding about $10,000 worth of 𝗕𝗏𝗡. So what asset are we going to go for next? The next is maybe we're going to go for WIF. So with the $8,000 that we USDC that we got, we're going to use everything to buy WIF. So when we buy WIF, we're going to supply it. Now, when you supply WIF, the next thing is you have opportunity to borrow. Let's go down to as low as for account health. So we're going down by about $2,000 each. Remember? Okay. So now we'll go down to borrow about $6,000 right now. With the $6,000, we are going to buy other assets that we may like 𝗕𝗏𝗡𝗧𝗏. Now with the $6,000, now we're going to supply the $6,000. Now when we supply $6,000, now this 𝗕𝗏𝗡𝗧𝗏 doesn't allow borrowing. So if one wanted to borrow it, one cannot borrow 𝗕𝗏𝗡𝗧𝗏. Okay, so now when supply $6,000, this also means that you don't need to get the result even if you borrow. For instance, now remember the first was paying good. If you want to buy like WIF, now instead of going on to borrow USDC that we use to buy WIF, we can actually directly just borrow the quantity that we want, the exact value. But let's get the USDC just for this explanation. Now with $6,000 worth of USDC that we've already used to, okay, with $6,000 of 𝗕𝗏𝗡𝗧𝗏 that we've already gotten, now we are going to borrow $4,000. Now with $4,000, now we can look for any other asset that is actually available right here. This is the Sanctum market. Now we can buy Sanctum with the $4,000 and supply. With $4,000 that we've supplied, we can actually borrow another $2,000. Now when we borrow the $2,000, then we can look for any other asset. You can see there are several markets right here. The 𝗕𝗏𝗡 market. Now we can buy 𝗕𝗏𝗡 or 𝗕𝗏𝗡 itself. Now we'll buy 𝗕𝗏𝗡 itself. Now let's calculate the total value of what we've borrowed, what we've lended so far, what we've borrowed and lended so far. Based on the analysis that we've done now. So the first asset we bought is $10,000. Plus the second asset we bought is how much? That's about $8,000. That's the second asset. The third asset we bought is about $6,000. Plus the fourth asset we bought is about $4,000. Plus the fifth asset we bought is about $2,000. So can you see now that we've automatically just used $10,000 to buy asset worth of $30,000 and still keeping a very good account health that can run for a very long time? So now can you see how one can actually play smart? You can use $10,000 to hold $30,000 worth asset. So if you're still watching this video to this extent, just know that I'm grateful you stopped by. So like this video, subscribe to this channel right now, and make sure you always comment what your thoughts are. They are important in growing our community and growing and for the growth of the video. So please do that for me.